What is up, YouTube? M40 here. Now, contrary to popular belief, Pendulum Magicians are actually doing stuff. Japan West Side Nationals. This weekend, Pendulum Magicians showed up. We had Justin Sin piloting DDD Pendulum Magicians at the ARG this weekend. And second place at the UK Nationals, you have none other than Pendulum Magician showing up. I'm actually very shocked to see just this turn of events all across all of the metagames. It's really cool getting the chance to see this deck come back out of the woodwork and basically be here, well, to kind of shit on some people. You know, Sky Striker Trickstar has been this massive problem that's going around right now, and in addition to the TCG having the Trickstar Sky Striker variant, you know, the OCG has Pure with Hayate to deal with. So to see this engine coming back out of the woodwork, it's really good. I think a lot of people forgot about the general combos and the things that this deck can still do, and Electromite is still a very fantastic card for getting you additional, card advantage. Now, just because our good friend Astrograph has paid for our sins and has exited the TCG doesn't mean that there isn't some sort of variables that tie these decks across all formats. Now, this particular build is more of the older variant in terms of being just your massive combo starter. Produce X amount of negates and basically do your thing. Producing Vortex Dragon, still absolutely free for no reason, which is actually pretty cool. And then in addition, this build is actually taking more advantage of FA Dawn Dragster. Remember, just another level 7 synchro that gives you the ability to give you that fresh negation by decreasing its level by 2. Actually, this is pretty good. I know a lot of people have had a couple of complaints about this, but I mean, getting the ability to increase it every turn and then reduce it by 2, yeah, seems like a combo nightmare or counter nightmare in terms of maintaining your appropriate counters. But honestly, this is still pretty good. Now, the difference between this and Justin's list is the DDD engine grants you a different chain to go down in terms of just starters and things like that. This build is more of your generic, okay, everything's already here. Best way to say it is this is as old school as it honestly gets. So, without further ado, this is the UK Nationals second place list. Triple Curtain Riser. Once again, you use this as a starter. It is a high scale, which does suck, but you can't really complain about it too much. One of the things that I think this deck often hurts from is not having enough low scales, but this is a combo starter. Placing it in your scales when you don't have a monster, the ability to summon it out. Also, fun fact, if your opponent has a Thunder King Ryo on the field, you can special summon this guy to make it an immediate threat, because for some reason this thing's 2200. I don't know why they made it that way. I'm gonna just be completely honest with you, but I love just what this card does for the deck. It allows you to punish over a fucking beat stick. That's an issue, and grants you additional attack. I mean, if your opponent's got Inspect Border out, cool, congratulations. You did it. You get yourself a 2200 beater to beat over it. And Triple Ash Blossom. These are the only hand traps in the main deck. There is no impermanence. There are no effect failures, no ghost ogres. I think we've seen as the format has kind of progressed, the TCG has backed off a little bit more hand traps, and it's kind of interesting when this mentality is approached, though, because everyone's so clingy onto the hand trap mentality right now that you're trying to ensure that you basically are able to do your thing. So if you take away more hand traps, you get to have more of your stable combo pieces. Pendulum Magicians never really had that ability to play a lot of hand traps. You kind of start taking away from the core engine if you start adding in just too much anti-material. Triple Black Fang, once again, another high scale. Being able to hinder a monster on the field is pretty good. Also, general revivability from the graveyard is pretty good. Not much else to say about this guy. Chronograph is getting a little bit more value over time. Having the ability to destroy itself, get you, Time Gazer, it's not bad. Also, the ability, if something's destroyed, so if you Electromite, you can beam it out and summon another monster from your hand. The ability to kind of do this, it's a little bit up in the air. You do get more defensive value out of Chronograph than you do some of the other ones, but still, Chronograph as an ability to special summon itself is good. I don't know what I really need to say about harmonizing. Another high scale, once again, ladies and gentlemen. The ability to special summon something from deck at will to make Omega is pretty good, I heard. Jackal King, I'm starting to see this more and more and more. I think this has become a staple at this point. I know a lot of people were like, ugh, we don't like Jackal King and Master Cerberus. That's fine. But one card starters seem pretty damn good to me, honestly. Also, the fact that Master Cerberus has that built-in cannot be destroyed by card effects while it has 4 more spell counters on it is actually pretty good. Actually, just having this guy be a standalone boss monster at times is actually pretty good with his ability to have spot removal built into him. I actually kind of... Sometimes I feel bad for Master Cerberus, but he's still very large and still very much a threat in today's day and age. 2 Oath Dragons, general recurability, pretty good. Also, he's a low scale, so no real problems there. Purple Poison, I've seen a lot of debate between 2 or 3 of these in the current format. Destruction effects are pretty good. It's also a low scale. Like, something else for you to take into consideration is that destruction effect. Cannot stress that enough. Being able to out certain situations is what Purple Poison does best. Also, 1200 attack's pretty good. I actually thank you for playing Triple Dark Worm 2 Gate 0. Between Justin's list and this one, I was talking about yesterday how I really didn't like 1 Gate 0. I want to make sure that I can take full advantage of these things. Also, the fact that Gate 0 is a level 7, so you get easier times making Absolute Dragon. It's not like you can't Pendulum summon this thing out. You know, that's one of the things I don't really understand is having 2 of these isn't bad as long as one is in your Pendulum scale. You know, just another monster you have access to. It's not going to fucking do anything, but just saying. So, for the most part, though, Gate 0 is not too damn bad to be playing 2 copies of. 1 copy of Time Gazer, pretty standard, honestly. You know, you definitely don't want to play 2 of this. Actually, it's Pendulum Effect, or it's Monster Effect. Got the one that prevents something being destroyed in your Pendulum Zone once per turn. Actually does come up every once in a while. Kind of shocked about that. Triple Wisdom Eye, scale replacement. 1 Zinganki. This has become pretty much a staple. Spells. 1 Dragon Shrine. So, you honestly go 2 Dragon Shrine, 1 Desires, or 2 Desires, 1 Dragon Shrine. I'm fine with this. I mean, you've got the additional increased Gate 0. Opening up too many Dragon Shrines with a hard restriction on it will punish you. So one of these is fine. You've also got Foolish Burial. You know, they're literally the same card in this context. I mean, I guess unless you need to dump something off for Black Fang. But I don't think it's ever going to come to that. 2 Pendulum Call? If the only hand trap I have to deal with in the format is Ash Blossom, besides Draw and Lockbird, this card gets a little bit more value. Reduced hand traps, I mean, less than I'm going to honestly have to deal with. And also the fact that this card is still as good as it is. But if it still gets Ash Blossomed, you're still in a super shitty position. There's nothing you can really do about it. And of course, 2 Desires. I do advocate this in this build. Like I said, you've got your rotations on how you want to go about this, but 2 Desires as a combo extender, making sure that you can get those pieces to start your day, becomes increasingly more valuable, especially where we are in the meta today. The extra deck, 1 Zephyr Metaltron. This guy's cancer as ever. 1 Underclock, 2 Electromite. I don't think you need 3 Electromite. I still think you can get away with 2, especially in this current build. 1 Tornado Dragon. No real explanation needed here. 1 Time Star Magician. Being able to add a Dark Spellcaster from anywhere, yeah, pretty good. This card gets a lot more use now than in previous times, actually. Dark Rebellion. I mean, we lost the good cards, so I guess we accept this. Absolute for combo, Narita for combo, Dweller for those pesky removals. It seems like we're seeing a lot of Dweller Cowboy rotations here. Supreme King Clearwing. I don't know what I need to say about this. Omega Ignister, FA Dragster, and Vortex Dragon. Pretty standard, honestly. His side deck's a little bit spicy. 3 Effect Failure. No real room to kind of play Impermanence. I mean, Impermanence is good, but Effect Veiler is another hand trap, and is another tuner's good. 2 Inspect Border. Being able to Pendulum Summon, unload this guy, and then continue along with your day with your other combos seems pretty good to me. I had to correct myself on the Pendulum Summon there. 2 Sphere Mode. Yep, important. Gaga Cowboy, time. Triple Cosmic Cyclone. Bada bing, bada boom, back row removal, things like that. I mean, this deck can play MST, but Cosmic's about as good as it gets. You're just punished in time for this. It's nothing too major. 2 Shared Ride. Once again, we're kind of seeing that mentality of we need as much card advantage as we can generally get out of, the Goki matchup. Sky Striker, Trickstar for all the adding, And you don't need to wait for your opponent to add to activate it. So it's pretty good. And then 2 Evenly Matched. We've kind of seen this just be a little bit more of a major player in the current format. God, I hate this card so much. Well, that is the second place list from this weekend. I must say, it's really cool getting the chance to see this deck kind of come back out of the woodwork and literally shit on the current metagame. I know Europe had Burning Abyss versus this in the finals. Really interesting times, but we'll have to see how this does this weekend at the North American WCQ, and hopefully this deck will have some success, because honestly, this deck needs it. We need something different in the meta. Alright guys, I'm out. Peace. The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel. And join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. We'll be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.